Welcome back to the run. So while the Omertas are getting butchered again, I want to quickly mention why there was a sizable amount of time between my uploads. I got sick and sounded like a ferret being stepped on. Now,
Please don't think you have heard of me. Yeah,
today's episode is going to be a relatively shorter one. After all, most of the next part of the game is locked behind Friday's chores, so for today we're just going to focus on whatever fate decides I should do. Spoiler alert, it's not going to make much sense halfway through.
Those weeds are getting pretty tall. Gonna need something extra strong. Let's see. Crotchy, the hottest new toy this year. Hope they still have some in stock. And steaks for the Psychotic Friends Network barbecue. Now where is that? Guess I need to go here for that. But how much trouble can I get into at a police station? Let's see. And ready, go.
Howdy there, partner.
We'll start by doing none of them, and instead start gathering performers for the tops. I mean, I have all the locations already. It's basically just free caps and EXP.
Here's your fee.
If there ever is a quest that is close to being one-to-one of Postal 2's, it's gotta be Beyond the Beef. Both games have you start off discovering a dark secret, where you find out that the people who run the building you're in are turning people into marketable slabs of Wagyu. Also, the moment Postal Dude finds this out, he still goes and grabs those steaks for the neighbor's barbecue. Make of that as you will. You know, I've never actually done this while siding with Mortimer before, so I never knew he actually gives you a proper replacement for the taser in this game, the cattle prod. Both weapons are made for immobilizing, so I'm just gonna pretend that the Postal Dude had enough and started beating people with his pocket zapper. After probing this chef, I lead Ted out of the freezer and into the loving arms of his father, who's so happy, he decides to help the entire strip with going vegan. I'm sure that vegan teacher would be thrilled. Well, at least I got the steaks from my psychotic neighbor's barbecue, so that's a win in my book.
You've been resourceful. You'd best
Speaking of a plant-based diet, though, Salad Man's day is kind of ruined. But turning the quest for eliminating the Brotherhood makes it a little better for me and makes the NCR hate me.
Take a genius to...
Well, shit. Without them, I can't repair my clothing. Guess I'll need a disguise. And yes, it's allowed. There's already tons of disguises in Postal 2, and I think the NCR one counts because you can wear a police uniform, so... Since they already hate me and I want that NCR disguise, I head on over to Boulder City and help commit a casual counter mass bye-bye by wiping the NCR stationed there off the face of the earth with the help of a lovely soul-destroying grenade lob.
You probably thought you weren't gonna die today. Surprise.
Next, and for really no reason at all, I decide the next place to be is the one place shittier than paradise, Nipton. I used the first of my newly obtained explosive toys on Oliver Swanik. This also has a bonus point where I can complete one of my chores by selling the ticket on his body to the NCR. Okay, admittedly, that's kind of a weak take on the last chore, but, well, there aren't exactly many ticket-based options in the game, so this is about as good as I can get. And accidentally commit a casual war crime thanks to a, let's say, military miscalculation.
Fucking whoops.
My ass.
I doubt the Postal Dude enjoys furry cosplayers anyways. Just a little feeling I get. Next is Prim, where I'm planning on getting the incinerator from the convict leader to have as my napalm launcher, and I then clear out the second floor by WM1ing like a pyromane. Problem is, I'm so used to just blitzing the quest that I forgot to grab it before I finished, meaning it despawned with the rest of the enemies.
Fuck.
Well, at least I have enough science to upgrade the correct sheriff, and I can always just grab a stronger one from the mutants at Black Mountain.
Gonna die today. Surprise.
Since I'm nowhere even close to the area, and the ADHD commands it, I change course and head to Camp Gulf, where I start collecting some armor and weapons that I can later sell, so I can afford to repair my armor from Major Knight. Now, it's a common mechanic that guards and high-ranking members of factions are capable of seeing through disguises. It's very well known and why I had to turn Major Ghost into her namesake. But somehow, for some reason, Cass is acting the same? As far as I'm aware, she isn't an NCR guard, and nobody else was hostile to me aside from Ghost. I have a theory that either all of these things are popping up because of the Postal Engine plugin, or that my hostility towards Ghost means she thinks I'm massacring everyone, but I just have no clue. It could also just be New Vegas being New Vegas, who knows? What I do know is that I make some Cass jerky while nobody helps her out. Don't worry, Cass. You might be dead, but I'll still honor your caravan and your memory tomorrow. Finally, I head back to Novak and obtain the last item I need from Nobark Noonan's house, the crotchy grenades. They're just normal grenades received to look like the hottest new toy.
Time to partay with Mr. Napalm. Time to head home.
After testing them out on the Merdas, again, I end today's run. See you all for the last day of this challenge run. Bye-bye!
I hope you found a bad touch crotchy. You won't believe what they're selling for online.
Oh, I got crotchy, all right. Yep, definitely. Couple of times. Want to see the cool thing I picked up to kill the weeds with?
Ow! You ruined my carpet, you asshole!
Sorry, I was aiming higher, I swear. Gotta get this thing calibrated.